Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Beyonce, they all have two things in common. Number one, they're billionaires. And number two, they all have had coaches that have helped them get there.
If you look in history, all of the greats, whether it's an athlete or entertainer or even a business professional, they all have had coaches. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant.
If you talk to anyone that has amassed any level of success in life, whether it be in business or in life, I can almost guarantee that they've had a coach that have helped them get there.
In this episode, we're going to expose you on how having a coach is one of the cheat codes to success. In this episode, we're going to break down and discuss what happens when you don't have a coach. We're going to talk about the benefits of having a coach, and be sure to watch until the end because we're going to show you, or we're going to tell you every step on how to vet a coach properly. So let's jump right into the episode.
Welcome to another edition of the Expose and Expand podcast show. I'm the man with the plan, Jeremy Mathis.
I'm Joshua. I'm going to give you the game, Mathis, and welcome to another edition of the Expose and Expand podcast show, where we expose you to the ideas, the strategies, the struggles, the failures, the people, and the experiences that have gotten us from zero to millions.
Growing up in the 90s and the early 2000s, we played this game a lot called Grand Theft Auto. And in the game, it had different levels, and every level that you went to, it increased in difficulty. It got tougher. So every time it increased, it got even tougher to actually beat the game, which is something that most people never did. The only people that won and beat Grand Theft Auto when we was growing up was the people that had the coveted cheat codes. Yes, the cheat codes. Those cheat codes made the game less tougher so that you can ultimately beat it because it was something that most people never did. To me, life is just like that game. In the game, you have different levels that increase in difficulty, and the same goes with life. The longer you live, the more levels you have to go to, and every level gets tougher. If you really want to win, you have to understand that you need certain things or certain people in your life that serve as cheat codes. And in today's episode, we're going to expose you to our number one cheat code that has helped us obtain success, which is hiring a coach. If you watch until the end, you're going to learn how you should vet a coach. You're going to learn the pitfalls that you need to avoid and everything from A to Z about this ultimate cheat code in life that helps you in everything that you do. Let's get right into this episode and helping you understand why you need to hire a coach.
Hey, them cheat codes was definitely the secret sauce.
Yes, sir.
I remember we used to always be sharing each other. Back then, we didn't have cell phones, so we would have to write it down on a piece of paper and then go to the homie crib and be like, look, bro, I found this new cheat code. It's A, B, C, left analogs, R1, R2, up, down, left, right.
Yeah. No, those cheat codes were definitely helpful in helping us beat the game. But today's episode, we're talking about a cheat code that has definitely helped us obtain millions and reach success.
I'm grateful that we learned early on the importance of having a coach. And for us, if you look in history, all of the greats, whether it's an athlete or entertainer or even a business professional, they all have had coaches. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Beyonce has a coach. All these great entertainers, everyone has a coach. And for most people, they avoid having a coach for a number of reasons. But for us, it's definitely been a cheat code. I think for us to date, we've had well over 10 plus different coaches just in business, not even when it comes to sports or anything we've done in the past, just from a business perspective. And I can say for me personally, every time we've hired a coach, it has been a great thing for us. It has helped us grow and it has helped us get the desired result that we were after.
So one of the things that you said was all the greats had a coach. LeBron, Mike, all of them had coaches. And so often I don't understand, and after seeing successful people have a coach, I don't understand why in today's society, sometimes coaches or coaching can get a bad rap, because if you look at the successful people and you study them, they all have had successful coaches. And like you said, we've had 10 coaches and we've paid well over, I would say, $450,000 in the last couple of years just in coaching alone to help us get to the next level. And it's been something that, and let me correct myself. I said we've paid. We've invested. We've invested in coaching, and that has really helped us get to the next level, because when we didn't have a coach, life was just so much more difficult, and we didn't have that cheat code. But once we hired that cheat code, all those cheat codes, things got better for us.
Facts. And like you said, it was an investment. So for if you guys are looking to hire a coach, don't look at it as an expense. Look at it as an investment, because for us, that has been one of the greatest investments that we've made to date. So I think I want to talk about what happens when you don't hire a coach, because I want to take people back a little bit, because when we first got started, we had a coach, right? And we was going, that coach got us to, let's say, to the next level. When we started, we was entry level, and that coach got us to the next level. When we got to that next level, I don't know what happened to us. Maybe we got arrogant, or maybe, I don't know. We didn't have a coach.
Well, even before we talk about what happens when you don't have a coach, I want people to understand what a coach is. So how would you define a coach in business and life? How would you define that? Because we're not talking about sports, guys. Let me be very clear. We're not talking about sports per se in this episode. This episode is for coaching in business and in your life.
Nah, so a coach is somebody who can give you the actionable step-by-step game plan on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So I think the best way to describe a coach when it comes to business is breaking it down in a business example. So for us, we have a real estate coach right now who's helping us in our real estate business. So we understand what our challenges are in our business, right? And we found a coach, and we hired a coach that's going to help us get to that next level. So for us in our real estate business, if we're doing 7 to 10 deals a month and we want to get to 20, there's a different type of person, there's a different type of owner that we have to become in order to get to that next level. And we have a coach who's breaking it down step by step on who we have to become, what systems and processes we need, and so much more that's going to help us get to that next level.
One of the things you said was we know the challenges that it takes to get from the next level, but part of knowing and understanding those challenges, it came from actually hiring a coach, because sometimes you're so far into it, you're so far into it that you don't even understand some of the challenges that you may face, and that coach should help you figure out those challenges, and that's something that's been very helpful for us. So yes.
So how would you even so, like for us, I think just like me sitting here thinking about it, and all the coaches that we've had, like, I know I keep harping on it, but it's definitely been a game changer. How would you define a coach?
For me, a coach is somebody that has been where you're trying to go, first and foremost, and they can help create that roadmap and for you, as opposed to you having to create your own roadmap. So they are a guide that helps you get from point A to point B to point C. That's how I would define the coach.
I got you. So now I want to talk about what happens when you don't hire a coach. Because as I mentioned earlier, for us, when we first got started in real estate, we was on, let's say, the ground floor. And we had a coach that maybe helped us get to the second or the third floor. But after we got to that third floor, we didn't have a coach for maybe 2 or 3 years. And one of the things that happened to us, and that what happens to a lot of people when they don't have a coach, is they stay stuck. It's hard to grow when you don't have a coach. It's hard to grow when you don't have someone that's guiding you or telling you what you should and should not be doing.
Facts. And another thing that happens when you don't have a coach is you spend more time figuring things out. And for me, one of the things that was a critical point that I had to learn in my life was you can always make more money, but you cannot make more time. I'm going to say that again. You can always make more money, but you cannot make more time. When you hire a coach, the money that you're paying them, you can make that back. When you don't have a coach, the time that you spend trying to figure things out yourself, you can never get that time back. And I'm not sitting here saying that you need a coach for every single thing or every challenge that you face, but you hiring a coach helps you reduce your time that you can never get back in trying to figure things out.
One way I look at a coach is, we talked about this in a previous episode, is who, not how. Yeah. Who, not how. Who can get us to where we're trying to get to? One of the things you said was you're trying to figure things out on your own. And when you ask yourself how, it takes you longer. Yeah. When you say who, you can collapse that time and get to where you're trying to get to much faster.
Agree. So, guys, if you don't have a coach, again, you just stay stuck. And I want to reiterate, you you stay, you spend a lot of time trying to figure things out as opposed to collapsing time. You guys have heard us talk about this. A coach helps you collapse time and get to your endpoint much faster, which brings me to my next question that I have for you. So we talked about what happens when you don't have a coach. What has happened in your life personally, and what happens to people when they hire a coach?
I think it goes back to what you just said. It helps you skip the line. It helps you collapse that time. And instead of sitting there trying to figure it out, instead of spending 6 months to a year or however long it's taking you to figure out what it is that you're trying to accomplish, that coach helps you collapse time. I can give you an example. When we started our coaching business, we just started it off the muscle. For us, we're great starters, but in order to get to that next level, this was essentially a new industry and a new business for us. And we hired a coach, and that coach helped us within 4 months, helped us grow the business in a way that we were very, very happy about, but then also helped us understand what we would have to do in order to go from where we were at that point, and even when we finished working with them, to where we're trying to get to.
That was a huge point, because we worked with them for 4 months. We worked with them for 4 months. And what we figured out in 4 months probably could have taken us 12 months to 18 months. So when we say collapse times, that is exactly what we mean. Something that would have taken us 12 to 18 months to figure out, we figured it out in 4. So now we have additional time to go out and continue to grow the company much faster and make more money way faster than if we didn't have a coach. So that leads me to my second point, because this happened a lot to us when we hired that coach. The second thing that happens when you hire a coach is they disrupt your thinking. They disrupt your thinking, and they help you see things a lot clearer. And that happened to us on numerous occasions. And one of the things that happened for us, when I say disrupt your thinking, was we had this property in a part of Miami. And we had this property for a long time. It had sat vacant for a couple of years, and we were going to sell this property. And we had one of our coaches, when we told him our plan and what we were going to do, he literally disrupted our thinking. He was like, "No, guys, that's not what you're going to do. You guys don't know enough about the area, and that's why you're making a bad decision to sell this to sell this property. You guys need to keep the property, redevelop it, and watch what happens to the area." Luckily for us, we had this coach in our life that disrupted our thinking, that helped us have more clearer thoughts towards this property. We end up keeping the property, and now we cash flow $50,000 a year. We have over $200,000 in equity in that property. In the area that is in, it is only growing and getting better. If we didn't have a coach, we would have sold the property, took a quick profit, and lost out on residual income, depreciation, and all the other amazing things that we have by owning that property.
Yeah, that's one of many examples. That was a great example you gave, but that's one of many examples of how a coach has helped us disrupt our thinking. And as you grow and as you're looking to get to the next level, you need people around you that's going to help you disrupt your thinking. I think that has been one of the biggest values that we've gotten from having a coach. Another value, or another, I guess, pro of having a coach, is you get access to their network, their resources, and their opportunities. So for us, if we're struggling with something, we can go to our coach and say, "Hey, we need X, Y, and Z." And either they can help us figure it out, or they know somebody who can help us figure it out. And that's been huge and instrumental for us.
So more context on that. I just thought about something when Josh said that when having a coach, you have access to more opportunities, their network, and the resources. When me and Josh got started flipping houses, our coach that we hired, our entire team came from his network. And one of the things in business, if you haven't been in business a long time, one of the biggest things that you're going to have to learn is how to find good vendors that do what they say they're going to do and not make your life a headache. Luckily for us, when we first started flipping houses, and I know why we got off the ground so fast and why we was able to do so many projects in our first couple of years, which is outside of the norm, is because we had access to their network. We had access to a good team. They had already vetted all of these people. So a good coach is going to give you access to more opportunities, more access to their resources, more access to their network to help you in your business life.
To that point that you made, when we first got started flipping houses, we were scared. I mean, we was freaking scared. Yeah. Like, because we didn't know, you don't know what you don't know. Yeah. So all we were doing at the time was wholesaling houses. And when you actually take title to a property and you have to own it, that's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different It's a whole different ball game. But because we had a coach, we was able to borrow his belief, and that helped us build our confidence. Because he had the team that we need, the contractors, the plumbers, the handymen, the money people, and whoever else we needed. That helped us gain the confidence as well.
Facts. So I want to go into another point of another example or another reason why how coach help in your life is another thing is they add accountability to your life. A good coach is going to help you create a strategy and a plan, and they hold you accountable to executing on that plan if you have a good coach. So often in life, most people don't understand one of the top ways that you get to success one of the top ways to get to success is by discipline and holding yourself accountable. So many people struggle with those two aspects of their lives, and if you have a good coach, they will hold you accountable. And that was something that helped propel Josh and I to the next level, because as he said, we got started with real estate, we were doing good, and then for those 2 or 3 years, we really had no accountability. We really had no sense of direction, but we hired a coach after going without one for a couple of years, and they added that accountability that we needed that helped us get back into the groove of things and helped us grow our business.
Yes, that having someone to hold you accountable in my opinion, puts you on a whole different atmosphere, because it's one thing to say you're going to hold yourself accountable, and there's only a few people on this earth that know how to hold themselves accountable. Those are the people that's in the 1%. But those who are trying to get to that 1% need some support, and having that coach is crucial and is key. Another benefit I would say to having a coach that has helped us is strategic support and expert insights. So for us, we've had coaches, especially when it comes to real estate investing, which is our core business, that has helped us understand what's happening in the market, that's helped us understand, okay, what we should and shouldn't be doing, especially like in a time what we went through in 2023, when interest rates went crazy. Yeah. Interest rates, we were 32. We've never seen anything like that. So because we had coaches who had experience and they're wise in this game, they was able to help us understand what we should and should not be doing to navigate that market.
Yeah, because that was a great point. When interest rates started to go crazy, we had never seen anything like that, and it was scary for us. It was truly a scary moment, because our main business is flipping houses. What happens if somebody can't afford a house? What happens to my income? What happens to my family? Luckily, Josh said, we had a very experienced coach that had gone through that, and they was able to walk us and guide us through that. And that was extremely helpful for us, because for me personally, it gave me the confidence to continue to do the business and also make changes and make things better in our business. Now I want to transition, because I think we've helped people understand the benefits of having a coach. We help people understand what happens when you don't have a coach. Now, one of the things that we had to learn was, how do you vet a coach? And that's what I want to talk about right now. I want to teach people, from your experience, from my experience, how to vet a coach before you pay them and give them your money, because you definitely need to vet a coach. You definitely need to vet whoever you're going to be paying to be your coach. So how do you vet a coach?
And guys, we know all about vetting a coach, because from my experience, when we first got started investing into real estate, if you know Jeremy and I, we just jump off the porch. We're great starters. Like, I think that's one of the assets that we have. We know how to start, and we just know how to get going. We talked about this in, I think, episode 6, is taking massive and perfect action. And that's what we did when we got started. We heard an ad on the radio, and we said, look, we want to get started investing into real estate. And we jumped right into it. We went to this first seminar, and then we went to another seminar, and then we went to another seminar, and it was all within the same company. And unfortunately for us, we didn't vet the coaches properly. We didn't have a vetting process on how to see if this is the coach that we want to work with. And for us, we got scammed, and that taught us a big lesson. So we had to implement, we had to implement a process on how to vet a coach. And the first thing I think you need to do is ask that coach to show you receipts. I want you to show, as if you are looking to be my coach, I want you to show me what it is that you've done in the past, and I want you to be able to show me, hey, these are the results that I'm after, and I need you to show me that you've already obtained those results.
So I'm new. I've never done anything before, and you're saying that the first way to vet a coach is you asking them to show receipts of what they've done in the past, how they help other people. But how do I know if what I'm looking at is a good receipt, it's something that I can actually use to make a wise decision?
That's a great question. It all depends on the industry. So if I'm trying to hire a coach and learn how to fix cars, I want to be able to see that you fixed cars before. I want to come and see that you're actually fixing cars. For us in real estate, when we were looking to hire a coach after that first incident, I want to see results, meaning I want to see HUDs. HUDs are showing me that you're actually closing deals. I want to see testimonials from other students or other people that you have in your coaching program.
So that's a great point, right? As far as a way to vet people is through testimonials. I want to definitely touch on that because that's something that we use a lot to help us make decisions as to who we're going to hire and who we're not going to hire. So when you guys are joining a coaching program or you're hiring a coach, you want to talk with other people that are in the program. And if you're not able to talk to other people that's in the program, at least obtain some testimonials from people that have gone through the program that have had some success. You definitely want to make sure that you're looking at that so that they can give you more confidence and help you be able to make a decision.
So I think I want to ensure that the audience understands that, guys, that's two different ways to vet a coach. One is they can show you the results of what they've accomplished, and then two, another is testimonials. Another way to vet a coach is you want to understand what their coaching style is. You want to understand if their coaching style is in alignment with how you learn. Because everyone coaches differently. Some people coach face-to-face, some people coach in a group setting, some people coach one-on-one, some people coach in person. So you need to understand what their coaching style is.
So when you say coaching style, help us understand what exactly does that mean?
So when I say coaching style, it's understanding before you sign up, how do you deliver on the coaching? Is it virtual? Is it all on Zoom? Is it one-on-one? Am I coming to your office? Is it all out in the field? Or is it all audio? Is it all just you sending me videos and telling me to do certain things? So you need to understand, okay, one, you need to understand what's your best way of learning. And then two, you want to make sure that that coach is in alignment with how you learn.
That's really good. And you just touched on, you just gave the audience questions that they can ask when they're hiring a coach. And I just want to make sure that people understand the questions that they should be asking when they're hiring a coaches. So could you take us through some questions that you would ask a coach when if you're hiring them?
So coach, when you say questions in regards to the coaching style, you mean?
No, so questions in regards to the program. So helping them understand the program.
Got you. So one, I would want to know how long is the program. Two,
how long meaning?
How long is it? Are you going to be my coach for 3 months, 6 months? If I'm making this investment into joining your coaching program, how long are you going to be my coach for? Is it 3 months, 6 months, a year, lifetime? What does that look like? Another is can I talk to, you mentioned this earlier, can I talk to some of your other coaching students who, and I want to talk to coaching students at different points in your coaching program, some that are new, some that's in the middle, some that finish your coaching program. I think it's important to because everyone, when someone first started, we're all excited. So you could get a good testimonial from anybody when they first started, but so talk to somebody who's in the middle. Talk to somebody who just finished the coaching program and see if they got the results that the coach said that they would get.
Guys, that's real game right there. I want you guys to understand that what Josh just said as far as talking to people at different levels in the program. That is real game because everybody's experience is going to be different, especially depending on where they are at in that program. So you definitely want to talk to people that are at different levels. Another question that I thought about, and this is something that we had to learn the hard way, is there a curriculum? How or what are you going to be teaching me? Show me that up front. Do you have a curriculum, or are you just going off the cuff every week or every time that we talk? Or is it I'm coming to you with my challenges and you're helping me overcome my challenges? What is it? What's included in this coaching program? You have to understand that because that is going to be understanding that is going to be critical for you and your success. And that's something that we had to go through multiple times, multiple coaches to start to understand that we sometimes want to come with just questions and they answer our questions and challenges. And some coaches that we hire, we want them to teach us what we don't know. Because if you have a curriculum, more than likely they're teaching you things that you don't even know. So
no, that was good. That's good. Another question that I'm asking is because if most coaches, the best coaches often require you to make an investment. And people need to understand that you're not making an investment into the coach. You're making an investment into yourself. It's something about the human mind when you go ahead and you make that payment and it sparks up something inside of you. So sometimes people may not have the money to pay for it in full. So another question you should be asking, is there a payment plan? So that's something else.
So I'm joining a program and they don't have a payment plan. How could I pay for coaching if I don't have all of the money that I need, right?
Yeah, Tony Robbins always say this, man. The most successful people are the ones that are most resourceful. So you got to get resourceful and you got to get out there and figure it out. One way is if you have good or even decent credit, you can put on a credit card. If you believe in yourself that much and that coach if you've done a great job vetting that coach and you're almost certain that coach can get you or help you get the desired results that you want, take a bet on yourself. We started and we was all on credit cards. Another way is, do they have a financing option? There's a bunch of companies that are buy now, pay later, where you can get started now with little to no money down, and they can finance it for you over a certain period of time. So there's a bunch of different ways on how you can finance these coaching programs.
So Josh said credit cards, and just to give you guys some insight on how we did it, when we hired that mentor that scammed us, as Josh alluded to earlier, we paid him $55,000 on the credit card. We got scammed, and at that point, we had a decision to make. Do we lay down or do we rise to the occasion? So what your boys do, we rose to the occasion. We put more money on the credit card and we hired another mentor. We $70,000 in debt before we ever do a deal. But to Josh's point, we betted on ourselves. If you are willing to bet on yourself, then if you're willing to bet on yourself, you deserve the success that's coming your way. If you're putting the work in and you're being disciplined and committed, because that's how we got to where we are now. We betted on ourselves, we put the work in, and we made it happen. So I wanted to touch on that and give you guys real insight as to understanding how we did what we did using credit cards.
Yeah, I mean, that for us, I sometimes I think back to when we first got started, and even after that first mentor, we hired another mentor, and we were $70,000 in debt before we did our first real estate deal. And I never even thought twice about jumping off the porch and saying, let's go all in. And for anybody that's looking to do something, you got to have that belief in yourself, because I want to make this clear. A coach can do but so much, right? They can give you all the tools and the resources, but it's on you to get your butt up every day and consistently get after it and make it happen. Because that's one thing that I don't want people to think is thinking that, a coach is going to solve all of my problems. They can solve a lot of them. A lot of problems. But at the end of the day, it's on you to do the work. And that's what most people need to understand. Like, guys, even though you're hiring a coach, you still have to do the work.
Yes. Great point, Josh. Great point. And I think if you don't have anything else, like, that is the best point that we've made this entire episode. Because for me, we've seen so many people, I hired a coach and nothing happened. Well, did you do the work? Well, hey, you got to do the work in order for you to reap the benefits. The Bible tells you faith without works is dead. The first part of faith, and when you're hiring a coach, is betting on yourself and hiring that coach. That's faith. Now they give you what you need to do. You got to go out there and put the work in. You got to put the work in. You cannot expect the coach to be your end all be all, because they're going to give you a clear path and help you do it. But you got to go out. They should give you a clear path to help you go out there and do what it is that you want to do.
But it's on you to go out and execute, because I think that's what separated us from a lot of, because we had the coach that we had who helped us get started. Shout out to Dave. He had other students in his coaching program, and a lot of people, it's a scam, it don't work. Man, our coach changed our life. That first check, we got $19,500. It was proof that, this actually works. Our first year, we did 26 deals in our first year of investing into real estate. And a lot of that had to do, one, because we put the work in. The coach gave us the game plan. Hey, here's the game plan. Do this every day. Send out 20 offers. And we believed in the process. We committed to that process. And we just went balls to the walls. And we made it happen.
Yeah, yeah. And the last thing that I want to touch on, another way that we've seen other people pay for coaches, I just thought about this, is through splitting profits and deals. You cannot afford not to have a coach. So you have to be resourceful and figure out how you can make things happen. If you don't have good credit, borrow the money from a family member. If you don't have a family member that's going to loan you the money, tell the mentor tell the coach that you'll put the work in for free and you'll split some deals. But you need a coach, guys. This is something that has been a huge, massive cheat code for us, and it'll be a cheat code for you as well.
Like my last point is to what Jerm just said is you cannot afford to not have a coach. If all the greats have a coach, what makes you differently?
That's it, guys. As you guys know, we have our gentleman's agreement, and that gentleman's agreement is if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. If you're listening on the podcast player like Apple or Spotify, hit that follow button and leave us a 5-star review. It helps the show continue to grow. And guys, share this episode with someone so that they can be exposed to the cheat code in life, which is hiring a coach. Expose and expand. Peace.
Expose and expand. Peace.